Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's a little bit, few minutes past 6 p.m. Central Time here in the Panhandle of Florida. It's Diego ready for your K1 Visa Green Card live stream. As always, giving you all this free information, helping you get your green cards, your K1 visas approved without paying an immigration attorney thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You don't need to be doing that. You can use that money for your honeymoon, for a vacation, to pay for all your green card expenses, etc. Okay? But I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice, and I don't work for USCIS. But I got 12 years experience, 12 years processing green cards and K1 visas. And my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela, is a testament to my success in doing this. And she right now is watching the live stream from the back. She was a busy day today, and so she's going to take the night off and hang out in the back and watch the live stream. We hope you're doing well. We're very happy. We've helped somebody get their beautiful Prometida arrive in San Francisco International Airport today with his stepson. They flew from Manila, Philippines, and all the way to the United States of America. They landed in San Francisco, and he was sending me pictures and videos of when they were going down the escalator at the airport in Manila, in the Philippines, and when they arrived in the United States, etc., etc. Now the hard work's going to begin on getting them their 2-year green cards. And the individual is a member of the channel, which means they have my phone number and my email address, so they can call me, text me, message me anytime they want with any urgent immigration questions. That's what I do. I process green cards. I process K1 visas, K2 visas, spousal visas. I help people get their U.S. citizenship. And right now, Karina is in the back of the house studying all the questions which she could possibly get for U.S. citizenship. In 8 months from now, we will be applying for Karina's 10-year green card using USCIS Form I-751. We have a stack of evidence like this already collected for her 10-year green card. And then a year after that, in 2027, March 2027, we will be applying for Karina's U.S. citizenship. So we went from dating each other for 3 years. We went from living together in Bogota, Colombia for 3 years, with me flying back and forth to the United States to handle stuff at this house, etc. And Francois Livingston is first up to bat. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, how are you? How's Hamid? How's your family? How's the weather in upstate New York? How's everything going? Now, Francois, now I know you live in New York State, and the people are beautiful people in New York State, but your New York governor endorsed a communist for mayor of New York City. So I don't know what your governor is doing in New York City, but she endorsed a person that supports communist ideology like that is in Venezuela and Cuba, Vietnam, North Korea, China. Horrible. You all need to get rid of your governor of New York. She is a dumpster fire. Francois, it's all good. It's raining today. We need rain here. Tomorrow I'm going to have to get up early and water the yard because we haven't had any rain for a week or so. And I also finished painting the garage floor. Remember I said I was going to redo the garage floor? And the first thing I had to do was wash it and clean it and scrub it. Then the second thing I had to do was wash it and clean it and scrub it. And then I had to degrease it. Then I had to wash that off. And then I had to etch it with a chemical acid. And then I painted it last night. And Karina helped me. And so the garage floor only has one more thing that's got to be done to it, and that's paint the protective coating on it so it shines all pretty like a car room showroom. So we have a brand new garage floor. In the past, it was covered, there's oil spots, and there was this, and it was dirty, and it was gray, and it was horrible. But now it looks brand new. A little bit of sweat equity, a lot of work. A couple of hours last night when the temperature went down, because you can't paint a garage floor when it's above 85 degrees. The paint won't stick. So I had to wait for the temperature to come down. And about 8 o'clock tonight, when I get done with the live stream, after I eat my Venezuelan soup for dinner, I'm going to go in the garage and finish the job. It looks good. So far, Karina couldn't believe it. She's like, man, it's like a car showroom. Well, anybody can do it. Anybody watching this, if you want to paint your garage floor, if you want to cover up all those oil spots and all that nastiness that comes from a garage floor, you can do it. You just got to use the right paint and the right process, and boom, you got it done. But anyway, we got an individual's fiance. She left the Manila, Philippines, and he sent me a text message with a video showing where she's going down the escalator. Man, I'm tired from all that work yesterday. She's going down the escalator at the airport in Manila, and now she's arrived at San Francisco International Airport, and she's in line for her immigration check-in. So she has to go in front of another immigration officer, check in, and they're going to open up that sealed package, take out all the stuff from the sealed package, and then process her I-94 and process his stepson's I-94. So they're going to have two I-94s processed, and then they're going to go home, rest up a couple of days, and then they're going to call me, and I'm going to get them started processing the evidence for their 2-year green card. I mean, there's lots of people come here on the K1, and they think that's the end of the process. I'm serious. Some people come into the United States, they got their K1 visa, they think that's their approval to live and work in America, but it's not. You got to apply for the green card. Some people forget, and then they get a notice of deportation, and they're like, wait a second, I got my K1 visa, why am I getting this letter of deportation? Well, because you didn't apply for the green card. So don't forget, when you arrive in America on your K1 visa, you got to start the work to prepare for the green card, the 2-year green card. Bud Garcia, can you get another copy of the I-94? Oh, guys, man, excuse me. I was up very late last night, and I got up very early this morning. Yes, you can get another copy of the I-94. You go into the Border Patrol website, the Border Patrol and Customs Immigration, and there you go. Call it up, print it. Jay Baxter, what's going on, Jay Baxter? Good evening to the Ross family and also to the Jay Baxter family. We hope everybody's doing well. We hope Francois is doing well in upstate New York. Lots of activity. And by the way, Francois, as a member of this channel, you have my cell number, and we appreciate the photos you sent. You texted me some pictures of some Navy ships. I think you were doing a tourist thing with Hamid. Hopefully you got lots of pictures with Hamid when you went on and toured those areas where you sent me pictures of Navy ships and stuff, and we appreciate that. Karina was very interested to see the photos, and she hopes you guys are doing well. Right now, Karina is at the back of the house. She's studying the 128 questions for U.S. citizenship. Now, she's studying it in English. Now, Karina doesn't speak English very well. She's just learning it, but she is reading the questions and learning the questions in English in preparation for U.S. citizenship, which will be in March of 2027. Bud Garcia, how are you doing? Jay Baxter, that's good to see interaction, asking everybody how everybody's doing. And that's the reason for the channel, is so you guys can interact with each other and help each other, give each other moral support. And then, like I said, if you're a signed up member, you can call me and text me if you have an emergent problem. Like a gentleman called me from Germany. He's a member of this channel. He called me from Germany, Frankfurt, Germany, with an emergency question regarding his Prometita's K1 visa interview at the consulate in Frankfurt, Germany. He had an emergency question. He called me from Germany. I answered the question. I sent him a link to the correct procedure, and we saved his K1 visa from having any issues regarding what he needed to do. And he said, in a text message, that there's no way that, he can ever repay me for what I did to get him through this process. And I said, he said he's a member of the channel, right, where he pays $9.99 a month for the membership. He said that when the stuff that I've done to help him is worth more than any little $10 for a YouTube channel membership, because I saved his family. Jay Baxter, I'm doing good, just at work, still waiting for USCIS to mail us the green card. It's going to come from Corbin, Kentucky in a certified mail from the postal system. We sent the RFE. We got the interview on August 4th, but still no word from USCIS. So you did the August 4th interview, and it's September 22nd, and you're just waiting on the green card now. There you go. But if you sign up for Informed Delivery, you will get a text message or an email from the Postal Service with a screenshot of the mail that's coming to your house. I'll take it right here. If you sign up for this right here, most of you probably know this already. But if you sign up with Informed Delivery with the U.S. Postal Service, when your green card is mailed to you after your interview, your scary visa interview, you're going to get an email from the Postal Service with a screenshot of the letter from USCIS, and you can say, "Oh, look, USCIS has sent me my green card, certified mail. I know it's on the way." And then you can put your head down and relax and just wait for the mail to get to your house. So I strongly recommend Informed Delivery with the U.S. Postal Service. Sign up for it. Bud Garcia, you have your green card interview on the 3rd of October. Okay, so we're going to put some mega pixie dust all over that. So you got some good luck coming your way. Let me turn the fan on here so I got some cold air blowing on me. There we go. And I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute. Boom. Even though there's no Mountain Dew in there. You see, I'm not allowed to drink Mountain Dew anymore. My doctor told me no Mountain Dew or Coke, which sucks, right? But that's okay. I had a follow-up doctor's appointment this morning at the military base, and the doctor went over stuff with me and told me I'm good. I'm good. Everything's fine, but I got to follow this diet. I got to be on this diet, which is basically no soda. And Bud Garcia, thank you, because Jay Baxter said good luck and congratulations. And Francois Livingston, good luck to you, Bud Garcia, and your wife. Right. Now, Bud, I think your wife is from Thailand, right? If I remember, she's from Thailand. I'm pretty sure that's where she's from. And it's all coming to a close. You're going to get the interview done, and then you're going to wait for the green card. But don't forget, when you submit your green card application or K-1 visa application starting October 28th of 2025, you cannot write a check to USCIS, or actually it's to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You cannot write a check or a post or a certified cashier's check. You have to pay using this form right here. And I keep going over this because it's important. All right. When you pay for your green card, 2-year, 10-year, when you pay for your K-1 visa application, when you pay for your U.S. citizenship, use your checking account. And you're going to use this form right here, form G1650. All right. That's the form you're going to use to pay for all your immigration benefits starting October 28th. But you can start using it now. So you're going to give immigration your routing number to your bank and your checking account number. And then you're going to put down the amount that you authorize USCIS to deduct from your checking account. And then that way you're going to pay for your green cards and your K-1 visa applications. Okay? Don't forget, if you bring a K-2 child to the United States, you have to create 2 separate green card applications. One for the K-1 and one for the K-2. You're going to have 2 I-94s, one for the K-1, one for the K-2. And you're going to create for the K2, a pretty much copy of the one for the K1 for the green card. They said you don't have to include as much stuff, but you do have to repeat the medical exam for both people. So if you come to America, you've had your medical exam done in, let's say, Manila, Philippines, or in Bogota, Colombia, or in Islamabad, Pakistan, wherever it is. When you get to the United States, you got to repeat the medical exam and have the civil surgeon, a new one, re-sign off on your 693 and recertify your vaccinations. Yeah, it sucks. You got to pay more for this. No, you cannot use your health insurance to pay for this benefit. You got to use your money from your bank, Mr. American Citizen Sponsor. Francois Livingston, all is well. Bud Garcia, good to see original members pop up on the live stream once in a while. Yeah, we got new members coming up. We got people from the years ago that have come back onto the channel to see how everybody's doing. We haven't seen a peep out of Denise Jefferson for a long time. So we hope she's doing good with her husband Kenneth, who is from Nigeria, right? Yeah, he was from Nigeria. So we had Denise Jefferson and Kenneth, and he's from Nigeria. I helped them get through this scary process, and I haven't heard a word from them since, but that means that the mission was accomplished, hopefully, and they have no reason to come back on the channel to say hi to anybody because they are already good. They got their green card, and he's probably working. There's no reason for him to be on the channel, for her to be here. And that's the mission of success for the channel. It's your YouTube channel. It's not my channel. It's for you guys. You know, I helped Karina get her K1 visa. I got her a 2-year green card. We're going to get her a 10-year green card in March of 2026. Then a year after that, we're going to get her a U.S. citizenship. Because she's studying 2 years in advance, a year and a half in advance. There's going to be zero mistakes when Karina goes in front of the immigration officer for her U.S. citizenship test. She's going to get a 100 on the test. She's going to get 100 writing in English and her questions in English. She's going to become a U.S. citizen. Then we're going to go to the ceremony. She's going to get sworn in as a U.S. citizen in 2027, and then that mission's accomplished for her. No more paperwork for immigration. But we're going to keep the channel going. When Karina's a U.S. citizen, we're not going to stop the YouTube channel. We're going to keep going. There's lots of people out there need help with this visa process, and they got no clue what to do. And they look at the paperwork and they get scared to death because it's all complicated. So I created the channel for you guys, and it was Karina's idea, and we make the process easy for you. So there's somebody over here having a meltdown because they can't figure out the 864, and then they come on the channel and I explain it to them with videos or whatever, and then they say to themselves, it's not difficult, it's easy. But the paperwork's confusing, especially when you try to figure out the family size on the form 864, the affidavit of support. It's a confusing freaking page there on family size. And people are messing it up all the time. But my advice is, now for folks who are members of the channel, they're screenshotting me their 864s, and I'm looking at it and I'm making corrections. Because they read the question one way and answer it their way, and it's totally wrong. Because immigration makes it so freaking confusing. So I redo the form for the person and fix it, and then they get their green card. So Jay Baxter, they received the RFE on August 4th. Is 6 weeks the normal amount of time to wait for a reply? The average wait time on an RFE is 8 to 10 weeks. And you've already done the interview. So you've done the interview, so give them 8 to 10 weeks, and then you're good. If you already completed the interview, you're just waiting on the green card. And you submitted the RFE, right? Didn't you have to get a police certificate from Oklahoma, from the state? If I remember, you had to get a police certificate because the biometrics wouldn't function at the biometrics appointment. The biometrics machine wasn't working properly. So what you had to do was didn't you have to get a state certificate or a police certificate from the state of Oklahoma? If I'm wrong, then correct me, but I think that's what happened. Yes, they wanted her to do a fingerprint and background with the state. Yeah, and you did it. In fact, I sent you the link on where to get it, right? If I remember, you needed the information for the state of Oklahoma, how to do a police background check with the FBI in Oklahoma. So I sent you the link, and then you got it done, and then they received the RFE, right? They told you they got it. So now you're just waiting for the green card, basically. Bud Garcia, Francois Livingston. It gets overwhelming with the paperwork at times, Diego, because I have been there. And that's where you come in to guide us in the right direction. Right. I can put a green card package together in my sleep. I can process a K1 visa application in my sleep. I can do it on one leg because I've been doing it for 12 years. But you guys, you only do it one time. You want to process a K1 visa one time. You want to process a 2-year green card one time. And the paperwork and the evidence and everything is overwhelming. It's crazy sometimes. So people's brains gets overheated like a car that needs an oil change. And they get stressed out because their life of their beneficiary in America is in their hands, that they don't make a freaking mistake, right? 0 errors. And then people find this channel, which I'm glad, and then they jump on the live stream with questions, and I fix a lot of stuff. There was a lady from Rwanda with a bunch of questions on the last live stream, and I fixed everything for her in a live stream from Rwanda. This is a global channel. It goes around the world. I'm helping people from England, Australia, the Philippines, Pakistan, Morocco, the United Arab Emirates, France, Belgium, Germany, Colombia, Venezuela. Every country, everybody who watches this channel, they're from all different parts of the world. And I basically brought everyone together in Vietnam for Tuan Benson. Yeah, Vietnam. Vietnam's a beautiful country it's a very inexpensive place to live. There's lots of Americans live in Vietnam because the economy there is good and the cost of living is very inexpensive if they were retired on Social Security. They can go there and retire and not struggle like they do in America. Beautiful country, Vietnam. Let me see. They wanted to do, let me see. Bud Garcia, how do you know when to start your 10-year green card? I understand it is 1 year and 9 months. Does it have to be with USCIS right at the 1 year, 9 months? No. Bud Garcia, pay attention now. You're in class. Look at your new wife from Thailand, her green card. When you get it, after you get it, you look at the green card and there's an expiration date on the green card. You go to the expiration date and you minus 90 days from the expiration date. So Karina, my beautiful wife from Venezuela, the expiration date on her 2-year green card is June 26, 2026. So you minus 90 days from June 26, 1996, which brings us to March 28th, I think, 27th, 2026. So starting on, let's say, March 28th, 2026 to April to May to the beginning of June, in that time frame, we have to lift the conditions off of her 2-year green card. If we go past the expiration date of her 2-year green card, she gets deported. Immigration says, you're done. See you. Pack your suitcase, get on a plane, go back to Venezuela. So that's how important it is to make sure you look at the expiration date on the 2-year green card and you lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card within the 90 days before it expires. Not 95 days, not 80 days, within 90 days of when it expires. So you can go onto the USCIS website. Let me type it right here. You can go here, USCIS. Let me do it in capitals, okay? USC. My eyes are getting better because I'm on this. I lost like 20 pounds of fat off my gut, so my blood sugar is now under control, and my eyes are now able to see stuff like typing. So go to USCIS, go to calculator for 2-year green card. You can Google this as an example, USCIS calculator for 2-year green card. And then it'll call up a calculator on your computer or on your cell phone or on your iPad, and you punch in the expiration date of your 2-year green card on this website at USCIS, and then it will respond back with a date when you have to lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card, when you can start the process. Okay? So pay attention, class, because if you file too early for the 10-year green card, everything gets sent back to you, denied. If you file after the 2-year green card expires, let's suppose you got your 2-year green card and you forgot all about it, the expiration date. You forgot. You're busy working. You're enjoying life in America. You live in Miami. You're on the beach in Miami every day. You're going to work. You got your American citizen husband. You got maybe a new baby. You're working. You're raising a family. And you forget all about the expiration date of your 2-year green card. That is a big mistake if you do that. Immigration don't care if you have a baby, if you don't have a baby. If you don't lift the conditions off of your 2-year green card within 90 days of it expiring, Bud Garcia says, okay, thank you. So you understand, right? It's a critical part of the process. Just like you have to get married within 90 days of the dates on the I-94, you have to lift the conditions off of your 2-year green card within 90 days from the backdated from the expiration date. Jay Baxter, yeah, they received it. I submitted it online. I also mailed them the certified mail, so they got it twice. Well, there you go. Mountain Dew salute to Jay Baxter. There's no Mountain Dew in here. There's no Mountain Dew. I can hear the sea, though. But there you go. Mountain Dew salute. Good job. Mountain Dew doesn't pay me to say that, by the way. Pepsi Company, they don't pay me a penny to say Mountain Dew salutes. And even if they offered me money, I would not accept it. I do this for you guys for free. I use my time and my knowledge that I got here and help you guys for free. Unless you are a paid up member of the channel, then you're paying $9.99 a month. And then that way you get my phone number and email. If you want my phone number, the only way I know who's got my phone number is to create a membership. Because I have the phone number and the email control this channel, basically, if you believe it or not. So if you get some horrible person out there tries to hack into this channel, all they need my email address and my phone number. So I created the membership so I know who's got that information. So if you two contact me and say, hey, somebody's trying to hack the channel, then the only people that has it, that number, are members or, members of my family. But no one's going to hack the channel. It's well protected. That's what I like to do. I like to see families get reunited. I want to see you guys get reunited. Right now, as we speak, there's a young lady with a little boy just arrived at San Francisco airport. They flew all the way from Manila, Philippines, and they're now in America. They're in line. They're in line for an immigration check-in. What happens when you arrive in the United States? It's preferable that your sponsor accompanies you to America. If you have a K-1 visa interview at the embassy, whether the American citizen sponsor can go with the beneficiary to the interview or not is irrelevant. The embassy in Bogota permits American citizen sponsors to go into the visa interview. The U.S. Embassy in Manila, Philippines, or in England, London, England, they don't permit the American citizen sponsor to go into the interview. But in Bogota, they permit it. But it's irrelevant. What I really strongly suggest you do, American citizen sponsor, is accompany your beneficiary and her children, or your children, to the United States once they get completed with their K-1 visa interview. They get the K-1 visa interview done. It takes about 5 or 6 days. You get the passport back with the K-1 visa, the K-2 visa. As the American citizen sponsor, you open up the visa page, you look at the information. Is there any spelling mistakes on the name? Did immigration mess up the date of birth? If there's 0 errors on the K-1 visa and the K-2 visa, then you buy the plane tickets to come to the United States. Do not buy plane tickets to come to the United States with, let's suppose you scheduled your K-1 visa interview for September 23rd, 2025, tomorrow. Don't buy plane tickets until the K-1 visa has been approved and it's in the passport. Once you've seen it, then buy the plane tickets. When Karina went to her scary K-1 visa interview in Bogota, Colombia, I didn't buy the plane tickets to fly from Bogota to Miami until I had looked at the K-1 visa, checked it for spelling mistakes, checked to make sure her date of birth was correct on the K-1 visa. Once I saw that everything was correct, Karina and I jumped on the Transmilenio, which is the bus system, went to El Dorado International Airport, got in line at Avianca Airlines, which is right here, and purchased the 2 one-way plane tickets to Miami. Plus our cat Tokyo, who's in heaven right now. He passed away. It's very important that you don't buy plane tickets until after the K-1 visa has been approved and it's in the passport. Because lots of people will they'll schedule the K-1 visa interview, let's suppose for September 23rd, 2025. They bought the plane tickets in August because there was a better deal for the tickets. And then they go to the visa interview and then they get a 221G hold because they're missing a document. You didn't translate the birth certificate into English. Especially if you're in like a country other than Colombia, doesn't care. The embassy in Bogota, Colombia, you don't have to translate documents into English, but some embassies do. Like, let's suppose you're at the embassy in Japan, you got your beneficiary's Japanese birth certificate, it's got to be translated into English. If you forget to do that, and you've bought plane tickets already to come to the United States, and you go to the K-1 visa interview, and then immigration says you need to get this document translated into English, you're going to be a couple of days behind, maybe a week before you get the K-1 visa. You could lose your plane ticket. So if you listen to me, guys, listen to Diego. I've been doing this for 12 freaking years, guys. Don't buy your plane tickets until you have your K-1 visa in your hand, because you don't know what's going to happen at the K-1 visa interview. You don't know. Like Karina, my wife, she went to her K-1 visa interview, and they said, "Where's your Interpol police certificate?" And she said, "What's that?" And she had no clue what it was. It wasn't required anywhere on the website, on the U.S. Embassy Bogota website. There's no word on there that says she needed a Interpol police certificate. It just says police certificate, which is Colombia, because she lived in Colombia for 6 years, and it was for Venezuela because that's her home country. Now America's her home country, but she's originally from Venezuela. So we went in there. She did. I was sick as a dog at home, but she went into her K-1 visa interview with a police certificate from Colombia and a police certificate from Venezuela, her Venezuelan cedula and her Colombian cedula. And the immigration officer said, "Where is your Interpol police certificate?" And she had no clue, because there's nowhere on planet Earth in the immigration process that requires that. So she said, I don't have it. Yo no tengo. I don't have it. They said, okay, well, your K1 visa has been approved. Here's the white paper. It's been approved. And now here's a yellow paper. You're on a 221G hold until we get the Interpol police certificate. And Karina says, what is an Interpol police certificate and why do I need it? And the immigration officer said, because you are a Venezuelan living in Colombia for 6 years. And then Karina said, well, what if I was a Venezuelan living in Venezuela and I flew to Colombia for my interview? Would I need an Interpol police certificate? They said, no, just a Venezuelan police certificate. So she said, because I'm a Venezuelan living in Colombia for 6 years, because I didn't want to live under that communist dictator Maduro, I got to get an Interpol police certificate. They said, yes. And then she said, well, what? She said, is my K1 visa approved? Yeah, your K1 visas are good to go. But we'll give it to you once you get this Interpol police certificate. So she went to Interpol, which is the police that controls South America, Central America, basically. Interpol is like a global police force. And she checked in with the Interpol, and she said, listen, my Venezuelan passport is being held at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota. They won't release it to me with my K1 visa until you give me an Interpol police certificate to check that I'm not a communist and et cetera, et cetera. So the Interpol said, okay, it's going to take about a month. And Karina said, a month? I need it like tomorrow. And they said, no, we got to do a police check on you globally. Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, South Bolivia, all South America, Central America. And so it's going to take a while. So just imagine if I'd have purchased plane tickets for her, knowing that her K1 visa is going to be approved. There's no doubt that in my mind. And then we were put on a 1 month hold while we were waiting for this Interpol police certificate. I would have lost those plane tickets. So I don't know. We did it by the book. We did it by Diego's book. And Diego's book is never wrong. Miguel, Diego, what's your secret? Looking good. My secret is I quit drinking Coke and Pepsi and Mountain Dew and Sprite. I quit drinking drinks filled with sugar. I quit eating white bread and brown bread because bread turns into sugar as soon as you stick it in your mouth. I quit eating white rice and switched over to brown rice. And I went on a diet and I fasted for 48 hours. I didn't eat, it was 45 hours. I didn't eat anything for 45 hours and I lost 20 pounds. I got 10 more pounds to go. I went to my doctor's appointment this morning. I had my follow-up appointment with my doctor at the military base, the Special Operations Command. And my doctor said, you're good, Diego, but you got to lose 10 more pounds. And then she's a major in the Air Force, and she gave me all this information on all this stuff, on how I got to fix this and fix that. But I fasted for 45 hours 1 week. Then I fasted for 24 hours the second week. So that's 3 days. And when I fasted for 45 hours, my body totally regenerated itself. I had no food in my stomach. So my stomach wasn't full of lumpia and Thai curry. It was after 8 hours, it was empty. So what happens to the body when you have no food in your stomach? It goes to your fat on your gut as an energy. So all the fat on my gut was now being used as energy so my body could function, not the food in my stomach, because I didn't have any food in my stomach. I lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. I got to lose 10 more pounds. I'll do that in the next week because I didn't do it today. But next week I'm going to go on a 24-hour fast. I won't eat anything for 24 hours, and that will get rid of the final 10 pounds off my gut, and it'll be like my abs will be visible again after not seeing them for 20 years. So that's my secret, Miguel. And Miguel, what happened? You're not a member of the channel anymore. What happened? You don't need to be you didn't renew the membership? Come on, man. We need you as a member so you can text me. Jay Baxter, when I did my diet, I cut out all carbs and fasting. Yeah, I cut out all food for 45 hours. You're supposed to go 48 hours, but I was at 45 hours. I miscalculated the time, so I went 45 hours. But you know what? All the inflammation in my fingers is gone. All the pressure on my eyes where it's making me hard to see at night to drive is gone. I lost 21 pounds, actually. The doctor saw me today, the Air Force Base at the Special Operations Command. She looked at me, she said to me, Senior Chief, 10 more pounds and you're where you're supposed to be at. So that's what I'm going to do. If you want to lose weight, as long as your doctor approves of it, I mean, don't just do this because I said to do it. Make sure your doctor says it's okay. But if you fast for 45 hours, 48 hours, you completely rebuild your entire freaking body. Francois says, say a big hello to Karina. She's watching. Karina's got the phone. She's watching the live stream, and she's studying for U.S. citizenship. There are 128 questions that USCIS is going to use to ask you at your U.S. citizenship test. Out of those 128 questions, immigration is going to ask you 20 questions. Out of those 20 questions that they're going to pull from that pool of 128 questions, you got to get 12 correct. Once you have been asked 12 questions and you get all 12 questions correct, they stop. Okay, Karina, you got 12 questions correct. You passed this part of the test. Let's supposing they're going to ask you 20 questions and you get to question 9 and you mess it up. You screw up question 9. The immigration officer is going to say, I'm sorry, that was an incorrect response. And then you got to keep going until you get 12 correct. But if you get a bunch wrong, then you fail. So what happens if you fail your U.S. citizenship interview? Do you go to jail and don't pass go and don't collect 200 pounds or $200 or 200 pesos or 200 bolivars? No. If you don't pass your U.S. citizenship exam, you just reapply, pay the fee again, and do it again. And then you'll know exactly where you messed up. And don't mess it up the second time. But if you've watched the video that I just made on every single question that immigration can ask you, I made a video. It's freaking 50 minutes long. I'm sorry, it's a long video. But it's every single question that immigration will ever ask you. If you watch my video, you lay in bed and listen to it over and over, memorize the answers, because I give you the questions, then I give you the answers. If you memorize all 128 questions and all 128 answers, you will pass your U.S. citizenship exam on the questions. Guaranteed. Because not only did I give you the questions, I gave you the answers too. It's an open book test because I made the video open book. You can't lose, right? Let's see here. So Karina's watching, Francois. If you want to say hi to Karina, say hi to her right here. She's watching and she's studying. Twan Benson, May 30th is the date for us. Magapixie dust for May 30th, right? So you're calculating what the time on the green card, right? Does that mean that I must receive by that date? Receive what by that date? May 30th. Be more specific, Twan, please. Jay Baxter, when I did my fasting, I would do a 22-hour fast, have 2 hours I can eat, then continued that every day for a month. I lost 60 pounds. I rest my case. Fasting, as long as your doctor says it's okay. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV, okay? But fasting rejuvenates your body. After 12 hours without eating, your body starts asking questions. Where's my food? I'm used to dinner. Where's breakfast? After 8 to 12 hours, your body says, where's my food? And you get hungry. But you got to get through that. Drink a lemon juice and water. After 12 hours, you're hungry. Your brain, you get a headache. You're irritable because you want to eat something, but you don't. You drink more lemon water. Drink some coffee without sugar, no milk. After 24 hours, your body is no longer hungry. The body says, your body regresses back to when we were living in caves, and the body says, okay, there's no food in the stomach. We're going to start eating the food from the gut, the fat, or the fat on the liver. And then your body starts to convert fat into glucose, into energy for your body, and you lose weight. Gaining weight isn't all about calories. It's got nothing to do with calories. Gaining weight is all about insulin storing fat on your stomach. The more you eat, the more insulin's produced, the more insulin kicks into your bloodstream. If it doesn't get the sugar out of your bloodstream, it converts it to fat and stores it on your stomach, and you get a big gut. It's got nothing to do with calories. So all the Cokes that I was drinking, it wasn't the calories in the Coke that was giving me problems. It was the sugar, because my pancreas couldn't keep up with producing enough insulin to turn the sugar into glucose, into energy. So it turns to fat. So I didn't eat for almost 2 days. So my body was using the fat on my gut and my liver as energy. And I lost over 3 weeks, I lost 21 pounds. Like you said, you lost 60 pounds. Let's see, Jay Baxter. Don't eat a bunch of sugary food after the fast. No. I haven't drunk a soda or a Mountain Dew in a month. Let's see here. Francois Livingston. Those 128 questions are the real deal, Diego. The video I made of those 128 questions plus the answers are the ones that have just been signed off and approved by the Trump administration for U.S. citizenship. The Trump administration said we're going to create a new test, and we're going to make it. This is going to be the new test, and it goes into effect October 20th of 2025, next month. But I'm already ahead of the game. I already was given the questions. I was already given the answers. So what did I do? I spent all day making a video for you guys of every single question and every answer. So if you watch the video, it sucks. I know it's 50 minutes long. Watch it in 10-minute increments if you want to. But if you watch that video and memorize every question and memorize every single answer I gave, you have an open book test and you will pass. So, and Francois asked me, out of those 128 questions, are the 20 questions picked from those 128 questions? Yes. So out of those 128 questions that I made a video for you guys to watch, immigration will pick 20 questions from those 128. So what's the secret? Memorize every question. Memorize every answer. Watch the video. Memorize the questions. Memorize the answers. So no matter what question immigration pull out of those group of 128, you're going to know the question and you're going to know the answer. I did it for you guys right here. It took me 6 hours to make that video. It took me 6 hours to make a video that's 50 minutes long. But it's going to help you. All you got to do is watch it. Watch it in a bit at a time. Let me see. So Jay Baxter lost 60 pounds. Good. Miguel, oh, I'm always learning, but learned up to a point where I feel like I graduated, at least the basic school of K1. Well, Miguel, if you've graduated from the school of K1, if you know everything that you need to know, if you graduated from the school of green cards, then you don't need to be a member of the channel because you already know what's going on. But I remember you were a member of the channel, but now you're not a member. So, but that's okay. I mean, I just remember you were a member. Scott Boyne, Diego, we passed our green card interview this past Friday. Now I will have to take my Thai wife to the Social Security office and the others for a last name change to mine. Okay, here's what happens. You pass your green card interview. You got to wait until you get the green card. Scott Boyne, listen. When you get the green card in your wife's hand, she has it in her hand, that's when you go back to the Social Security office with the green card and say, I would like to update my wife's, or she can say, I want to update my legal status in the United States. The Social Security officer will take the green card, type in the computer, all that top secret squirrel stuff that only folks at Area 51 know about. And then a week later, your wife will get a brand new Social Security card in the mail with your married name, her married name, and all that verbiage will disappear, which says you can only work with permission from Homeland Security. All that goes away. But you can't update your Social Security card until you have the green card. So Francois, you understand that the video I made is every single question that USCIS has been approved to ask. They're not going to deviate from that video I've made. They're not going to deviate. If you memorize the questions, write the questions down if you want, write the answers down, you'll pass. It's an open book video. Let's see here. So Jay Baxter, don't eat a bunch of sugary food and soda after the fast. No. Francois Livingston, hey Karina, hope the studying is going well. She's good. Karina's very intelligent. She got a degree in tax accounting. Okay, she's learned. So she passed her Florida driver's test first time up to bat. Right off the bat, she passed everything. She's really very intelligent. She got promoted at work already. She's doing great in America. She's a fantastic capitalist conservative. Bud Garcia, what video is the 128 question? If you go into this channel, look across the channel, you will find a video that I made that has the questions for U.S. citizenship. If you want to become a U.S. citizen, which I highly recommend you do so you don't have to go through all this immigration stuff anymore, but I have made a video on this channel. You can find it very easily. That gives you every question and it gives you every answer. So if you study it, if you watch the video 10 minutes a day, write the questions down, write the answers down in your little quaderno, in your notebook, and memorize all that information, you will walk into that U.S. citizenship test knowing you're going to pass. Because I always get the information first. This stuff doesn't go into effect till October 20th of 2025. But I've already made the video in September, so you guys are already a month ahead. But it's up to you. If you want to be a citizen, it's up to you. Twan Benson, hi Karina. Yes, says Twan. Scott Boyne, thank you. You're welcome. Scott. Francois Livingston. Bud Garcia, the video's title is 2025-2026 Citizenship Test. That's right. Where you can find it's every question that immigration is allowed to ask you. Isn't that right, Diego? Yes. The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, signed off on a new U.S. citizenship test approved by the president. This test doesn't go into effect till October 20th. of 2025. But I already got all the questions and all the answers. So you know what I did when I got that email from immigration? Oh, great. Thanks for the heads up. I put it in a 50-minute video. So you can kick back at night if you can't sleep, if you're bored out of your mind, you can turn on the video on your phone and just listen to because I speak it and I write the questions so you can read it. So there's no excuse that you can't memorize all these questions. And it's going to be in effect all the way through 2026 and 2027, even beyond. But I just put 2025, 2026. But it's not going to change for the next 4 years. But you heard that here, and you won't hear it anywhere else but here. Even immigration attorneys don't even know this stuff, guys. I'm always ahead of the game. Twan Benson, does it mean USCIS must receive my wife's Form I-751 by May 30th, 2026? Okay, Twan Benson, look at your wife's 2-year green card. Look at the expiration date. You take the expiration date and you minus 90 days. When you minus 90 days, at the 90th day, that's the first day you are permitted to submit the 751. Let me give you Karina's as an example again. Karina's 2-year green card expires June 26, 2026. So her green card expires June 26, 2026. So you take 90 days backwards from June 26. So 26 eliminates June, right? There goes June. All gone. Eliminated. 26 that's 26 days. So what's 90 minus 26? What is that? You get that number. And then you minus May, which has got 31 days in it. So you got 31 days in May, the 26 days in June. That's what, 57 days, right? So that brings us into March. So March 26th, 2026 is the first day that we are allowed to file the paperwork to lift the conditions. If we file it March 1st, it will be sent back rejected. No, you're too early, Karina Ross. It's all sent back. If we apply after June 26th, let's suppose we apply to lift the conditions off Karina's 10-year green card, a 2-year green card correction on June 27th. But her 2-year green card expires June 26th. We're a day late. She will be denied her 10-year green card and deported because she's 24 hours late. They may give her a letter and give her an opportunity to go in front of an immigration judge with an explanation. But this isn't going to happen with us, obviously. We got this under control since we've been dating each other. But if you don't take this 2-year green card seriously, if you look at the expiration date and then you completely forget to lift the conditions off of it 90 days before it expires, or within that group of 90 days, immigration doesn't care. They'll just send you a notice of deportation. Ciao, see you, go home. Whoa, I forgot. Man, I forgot I got to lift the conditions off my 2-year green card. I forgot all about it. Immigration will say, tough cookie. There's the airport. See ya. Take this stuff seriously. Take it seriously, guys. You cannot mess it up. If you don't get married within 90 days, you get deported. If you don't lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card within 90 days of it expiring, you get deported. But now let's move up into the 10-year green card. Let's suppose now you got your 10-year green card in your hand. You're happy. I'm good for 10 years. And let's supposing you get so wrapped up in your life, you forget to renew your 10-year green card using Form I-90. Right here. You use Form I-90 to renew your 10-year green card. 10 years has gone by and you forget. You're a week late. Oh, dang it. I forgot to renew my 10-year green card. Immigration's not going to deport you. You just got to renew it. And just put a letter and an explanation in there saying, man, I'm sorry, I got wrapped up in my life, I forgot. And you'll be okay. But the 2-year green card isn't going to happen. If you don't do what I said on the 2-year green card, you're going to be deported. You can hire an immigration attorney and pay him or her $3,000 or $4,000, and the immigration attorney may say, oh yeah, I'll get you through this. No. The immigration attorney is going to be $3,000 richer, and you're going to get deported because it's a check it's a non-refundable ticket. It's like you buy a plane ticket 3 months in advance and you do the special, and you don't buy any insurance on the ticket, and then you can't make the flight, and you go and ask for a refund on your plane ticket. I couldn't make the flight. Your money's gone. Same with the green card application. You don't lift the conditions off of it within the 90 days before it expires, you're out of here. Take this seriously, guys. Let me see. So Twan's question is, does it mean USCIS must receive my wife's Form I-751? It's not your wife's I-751. It's a joint application. When we file for Karina's 10-year green card, it's not Karina filing for her 10-year green card. It is Diego and Karina as a couple filing for her 10-year green card. It's a joint application. The green card, the 2-year green card, is an application for the beneficiary. The foreign national applies for the 2-year green card. When you apply for a 10-year green card, it is husband and wife applying for the 10-year green card, not the beneficiary. Both names are on that application. And you have to apply 90 days before it expires. And there, I just said, if you go onto that USCIS calculator for green cards, type in Google USCIS green card calculator, and it will call up a process. You type in the expiration date of your 2-year green card, you type it in on this program, and the USCIS will give you a date saying you must apply for your 10-year green card. The earliest is this date right here. And you go, okay. So you make a note of it. So this is the earliest when you can do it. Not the day before that. That day is the earliest. And don't go past the expiration date. Don't make that stupid mistake. Don't get complacent with this. Francois, got it. Now got to make time to watch the video. Yeah, Francois, just take time. You just watch it a bit at a time. But once Hamid watches the video, basically it's for Hamid to study. Once he memorizes all the questions that I've made on this video, which hasn't been released yet, I got it public already. Immigration attorneys haven't even got this information into the hands of their clients. But you guys are members of this channel, right? Most you members or not, if you're not a member, you can ask me questions. You can watch the video for free. I'm a month ahead of the game. I'm a month ahead. In November, immigration attorneys are going to come out with their little YouTube videos. Oh, there's a new test for U.S. citizenship. If you text me at this number, I will help you. If you want a consultation, I will text me at this number. It's $500 for a consultation. This is going to happen in November. I've already made the video for you guys for free. And you don't have to text me for a consultation fee. But if you are a member of this channel, you can text me anytime you want with questions all day. And it's $9.99 a month, not $400 for a 10-minute consultation. Okay? I'm trying to make this I'm trying to make this process as inexpensive as possible, so that all you got to worry about is paying for the green card, the biometrics, which is included in the green card price, paying for the K1 visa fee. So you got enough expense to worry about as it is. Plane tickets back and forth to go visit your future husband or wife. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy expensive. Twan Benson, got it, my friend. Much appreciated. There you go. So you got it right. So we're gonna put MAGA pixie dust for Twan, right? Chris Stout. Chris is a member of this channel. Chris has got my email and phone number. Green card interview. What copies of year I need for tax interview? For the 2-year green card interview, your last tax return and your tax transcript. So your 1040, your W-2s, and your tax transcript. But let's supposing you filed your taxes in January and your green card interview is in February. The IRS is not going to have time to create a tax transcript. So you're going to go to the green card. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? You paid your taxes in January or February or March or April. And your green card interview is in January, February, March, or April. The IRS do not have time to create a tax transcript. You can call and ask for one, but it's going to come back no record. Yeah, what do you mean no record? I paid my freaking taxes. I filed my taxes. Where's my refund? Yes, that is true. You filed your taxes, but the IRS doesn't have a copy, doesn't have a record of it in their tax transcript database. So if you go to your green card interview, for the 2-year green card, you must bring with you your 1040, your W-2s, your 1099s, your pay stubs, your bank statements, a letter from your boss or the human resources officer saying that you work here and you make this much money. Just bring it with you to the green card interview. Bring everything with you that proves how much money you make. Francois, Diego, do you know how often USCIS changes the questions? Yeah, every administration. The Biden administration had their questions. The Trump administration's got his questions. El Shalak, hey, El Shalak, what's going on? Hello, I've got an urgent question, unrelated. Okay, our National Visa Center status says ready. We filled out the DS-160, but the thing is, we can't pay the fees because they keep asking for an invoice number, which we don't have. You must contact the National Visa Center and ask them for the invoice number. You must send an inquiry to the MVC and say, dear MVC, I'm trying to pay for my consular fee at the embassy, but they're asking for an invoice number. Please provide me an invoice number. And in a couple of days, the MVC will send you a response with an invoice number. El Shalak, you got it? Did you understand that? El Shalak, thank you so much, Diego. You're in the right place, right? This is the place to be. I'm saving more green cards than anybody could imagine. Okay, says Chris Francois Livingston. Do you know how often USCIS changed the questions? Every administration. W-2, what year is needed for tax return? The last one you filed. The last tax return I filed with my beautiful wife, Karina, was 2024. My name was here. Karina's name was here. We wrote a check to the IRS and we paid our taxes. And we mailed it, I believe, in April of 2025. That was, but I don't have to worry about that until our 10-year green card. Okay. For the 2-year green card, we didn't have an interview. Karina didn't have to go to an interview. We submitted her 2-year. So you just need 2024. Right. That's it. And the W-2s and the 1099s and the pay stubs and bank statements and a letter from your boss saying how much you make and where you work and what your position is in the company. You got it? It's easy, but immigration make it difficult. If you go into a USCIS website and you read the instructions on how to fill out an 864, you're going to be getting a headache on the first paragraph. So I make it so simple to understand that even a 10th grader can figure it out. So that way you don't make any stupid mistakes. I don't want to see you making mistakes. Because right now, if you make a mistake on a green card act, when you apply for your 2-year green card now, if you mess up the paperwork, it's an automatic denial. You're in a immigration right now is in a zero tolerance for mistakes. You gotta listen to me, guys. Immigration attorneys probably are not going to tell you that because they want you to hire them. But I'm telling you for free, if you mess up your paperwork, you're going to be denied. It's primarily on the 2-year green card. On a 10-year green card application, if you mess up, you get an RFE, fix it. On a K1 visa, if you forget something, you get an RFE, fix it. But on the 2-year green card, no mistakes. The 864, the affidavit of support, 0 mistakes. Make sure you get the family size correct on the 864. People keep messing up the family size. Don't mess it up. If you honestly don't know how to fill out the 864, and if you are a member of this channel, you can call me, Diego. I'll answer the phone. Here's the process. If you sign up as a member, you send me a text message because now you have my phone number. Say, hey, Diego, I just signed up as a member. Can you help me with this? Identify yourself. Don't just call me if you're a member and I don't know who the heck you are. If I see a strange number on my phone, I'm not going to answer it. But if you text me first, you sign up as a member, you text me, Diego, this is so-and-so. I just signed up as a member. I'm going to call you. Okay, I'll text back. Great. And then you call me and I will explain how to fill out every single form for you if you want me to. Line by freaking line. So you don't make a mistake. Let me see. Chris Stout. 2024 is your last tax return. That's the one you bring to the green card interview. If your green card interview is in October 2025 or past April 15th, 2025, you're going to bring your 2025 tax return. You just need the 2024, Chris. That's correct. ML says I need to bring 2022, 2023. That is not correct. You're talking about Emma, not Emil. No, you don't. You do have to include the information on the 864. When you fill out the 864 for a 2-year green card, the affidavit of support, you have to write in there how much money you made in, let's say, 2024, 2023, and 2022. But you only have to provide the 2024 tax return. The same is true with the green card interview. You only have to bring with you your 2024 tax return and the supporting documents. Okay, guys, I've been talking for 1 hour and 13 minutes. I don't want you to start getting bored. I don't want you to start napping, falling asleep in your chairs. So I'll be back on, what day is it today? I don't even know what day it is. It's Monday, right? I'll be back on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Karina's probably going to be with me. Today's Monday. I'll be back Wednesday with Karina, and we will do a brand new live stream for you guys. And I'm going to help another bunch of people get through this process. All you got to do is ask me the question. Or maybe I'll do a surprise Tuesday live stream. How about that? To throw everybody off, right? Throw everybody off. Things about this channel before I go. Number 1, I never ask anybody to subscribe to this channel. I have never once ever asked anybody to subscribe to this immigration channel. Number 2, I never ever ask you to like a video. It's stupid. It's irrelevant. The information I put out there is for you to study and listen and learn from. It's not so you got to worry about doing a subscription or doing a like. So don't worry about that. And I'm never going to ask you to do that. It's like I'm on the street corner with a bowl panhandling for money because I want to go eat at the DQ, the Dairy Queen. Yeah, I want an ice cream at Dairy Queen. Let me see if I can raise some cash in my hat. I don't do that on this channel. I get sick and tired of when I watch a YouTube channel in order to learn how to do something. And the first thing they say to me is, don't forget to like and subscribe. I shut off that channel and go to another YouTube channel. So you will never hear me ask to do that, ever. See you guys. Frank, thanks a lot, says Karina, Diego and Karina. Good night, Francois. Get some rest. Give our best regards to Hamid. Jay Baxter, yes, I believe it's the last 3 years of tax returns will be 22, 23, and 24. That's correct. That is the information that's required on the 864 for the 2-year green card. How much money did you make in 2022? How much money did you make in 2023? And how much money did you make in 2024? But you only have to include the 2024 paperwork. Immigration don't care to see your 1040s or your W-2s for the previous 2 years. They only want to look at the last one. And this is for the 2-year green card. Jay Baxter, good night. Chris Stout, 2024. See you guys Wednesday. Or maybe I'll do a surprise live stream tomorrow. Maybe you guys want to hang out with me tomorrow. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, by the way.